Greetings all. Happy Tuesday. Pastor Brown here, and thank you. Thank you for joining and listening in to Hope Lutheran Church's Noonday Tuesday devotions. We're glad you're able to be with us. And I'm glad that you are able to be here because it is such a busy time of year, isn't it? I mean, I don't know about you, but December is just a hectic time of trying to get everything done with band concerts, choral concerts, Christmas shopping and baking and decorating, all the parties. Again, I'm just glad you're able to come be here with us. And I want to begin this devotion today by sharing that I was honored to be asked to lead Hope Lutheran Church's Cub Pack 406 that we have been sponsors for over 30 years in their opening last night, as they asked me to come and talk to the kids about reverence. That's part of their Scout law. And it was such a joy for me to be there to see so many of these kids and young people out together learning to do their best, which is part of their Scout motto. It was also heartwarming to see and a pleasure to know that there were so many adults and mentors and leaders there helping to teach these young people, about what it means to be good citizens in our world today. It warmed my heart to it put this huge smile on my face that was under my mask, of course. But what turned my smile upside down came just shortly after I got there, is when the Scout leader asked the question. He looked at all these kids and he said, "Does anybody know what's coming in 19 days?" Now you can imagine, right? A room full of young kids that shot their hands up in the air and they all shouted together at the same time, "Christmas!" And that's when my stomach sank. It sank because I need to get in gear and get ready for the coming of the Christ child, Emmanuel, God with us. And my friends, I'm not just talking about my parish responsibilities, service prep, sermon prep, visitations, and all the things that go on with that. But I'm talking about I need to get moving so that my family can enjoy a great Christmas celebration together. Hopefully today you are well underway in your Christmas prep. But not just in your, decorating and baking and gift buying, but in your devotion towards God. You see, that's one of the things I love most about this time of year. And as liturgical Christians, people that follow a calendar, we celebrate Advent. And Advent is that intentional time to ready ourselves for the coming of Jesus again. So I want to share with you some wisdom that came to me this week in one of the devotions that I follow for this time of year. It's in my Advent devotions. And that wisdom came from the book of Proverbs, which is a great book of the Bible. Proverbs 20, it says this, and it reads this: "People's thoughts can be like a deep well, but someone with understanding can find wisdom there." What this piece of wisdom, in other words, what it's trying to say to us is that everybody, right? Everybody has something to teach you. Just like it's worth the effort to draw water from a deep well, it's worth the time and attention to draw wisdom from another person. But then the question becomes, well, how do you draw the wisdom out of every person? That's what the writer of this devotion asked. And here's the question they said you need to ask. You need to learn, right? You, myself included, need to learn to ask smart questions. So here it is, to learn this wisdom, you ask questions and then you listen. That's the key to learning from others. You ask, stop talking, and just listen. It was shared as a great story out there about the late TV host Larry King. Maybe you remember the suspender guy, remember him? Well, he once said this. He wrote, "In an interview show, if the host is talking 50% of the time, well, something is terribly wrong. The host should listen and listen the most and talk the least. A good TV host sets up the questions and just listens." Now, listening, I want to share with you, it's a learned skill. It really is. And you know what? It's hard. It's right. It's hard to do sometimes. But once you learn to master that skill, you'll be so glad you did. Because there is a lot to be learned from others. There really, truly is. Now, personally, if you got to know me by now, if you know Pastor Brown personally, I love to talk. And some may say I love to talk too much. And maybe I do talk too much. My wife tells me that all the time, that's for sure. So, as I continue to prepare for the coming of Jesus, here's what I'm trying to do this Advent season and hopefully moving forward. is that rather than talking too much, I'm going to do my best to listen more and ask those good questions. And perhaps you will join me. That's what I'm going to encourage you to do. My friends, together, let's be more intentional in our relationships with others to listen more. Let's be people who believe that we can learn from anyone. And let's try to spend a whole day, right? Let's try to spend a whole day focusing on listening rather than talking to see what difference it makes. And I guarantee you, it's going to make a difference. And hopefully you'll see that and you'll continue to listen and listen more as you move forward. Like the book of Proverbs says to all of us again, people's thoughts can be like a deep well, but someone with understanding, well, they can find wisdom there. So together, my friends, let's try this Advent season and beyond. Let's try to listen more and let's learn from others. Let's be the church, my friends. Let's treat others the way we want to be treated. Have a great time. Have a great week. Have a blessed week. And I'll see you here again online. See you in person at church at Hope Lutheran on the weekends. And of course, you can join in on HLC.church, our live stream. God bless everyone. Have a blessed week and a blessed day ahead.